NTV Wild Talk in partnership with the Kenya Wildlife Service and WildlifeDirect.
Hello and welcome to NTV Wild Talk with me, Smriti Vidyarthi. Today we're coming to you from 3 different locations but focusing on one subject, and that is the youth and their involvement in conservation. Now oftentimes we see and hear the older generation shouting out loud and standing tall for wildlife, but there is so much young, fresh blood right at the forefront. And in this show we're going to meet some of the young wildlife warriors. We start off with the Dandora music group. I caught up with them at a house in Gong. They put together a song about elephants. Listen to this.
Artist collaboration.
Does action speak louder than words? Like really? And why do you kill me? I seek answers. Every day I wake up, I shed tears. Every day I step up, I feel guilty. Anger and hatred is what you feed me. Why can't you feel me?
Oh, I feel you, but let me give you a clue. I just wanna come close and take a selfie with you. But I'm selfish, I only came to watch a view. But as much as I love you, I wanna see you. But not only for different interviews. But if you put a small coffee in the photos, now I will touch you. And this has been my dream, Mr. Poach, I will never kill. And this has been my dream, Mr. Poach, I will never kill. And this is how I feel.
I don't wanna walk alone. When you kill our elephants and kill our heritage, how do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? When you kill our elephants and kill our heritage, how do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? Walking in the forest without sounds of birds, it's sad to see how people selling animal charms. Our future generation has no place to stand. It was always big 5, but now it's big 4. Who are we doing this for? For money? No. Ivory? Yes, I am not impressed, and I'm telling this to press and majority of people, cause we are all equal, clear and simple. I wonder how you feel when you pull the trigger, pointing at me, holding blood in your fingers. Selfish, round of the blows, think you are a winner. Pocket full, always busy bribing our leaders. Shots after shots, pose after pose. My dead body, it's what's new trending on your wall. Getting likes from people like you don't have a soul. Who make you feel a hero, but you're just a criminal. I don't wanna walk alone. When you kill our elephants and kill our heritage, how do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? When you kill our elephants and kill our heritage, how do you feel? How do you feel? Charity begins at home. I don't wanna walk alone. When you kill our elephants and kill our heritage, how do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? When you kill our elephants and kill our heritage, how do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel?
And that was Save Our Elephants by the incredibly talented Dandora music group. Well, the team members now join me here. I've got Chris, Dennis, Fode Francis, and there's also Alicia who can't be with us here today. But guys, welcome to NTV Wild Talk.
Thank you so much. we are honored.
Pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
You know, that music video that we just watched, Save Our Elephants, is so moving. It has such a big impact. We'll find out more about it in just a moment. But first of all, you guys are a young group. Francis, I'll start with you. How did you come together as Dandora Music?
The group started in 2012, and it started with 15 kids. Yes, and then as the time went by, there was no parental support from the parents to support their kids in the group. Some people went out, and now only 6 people remained in the group. And we have been together now for 3 years as 6 members. But right now, I also had plans, and I opened another music school whereby I'm supporting art, kids to do art and also music in Dandora.
All right, so music really is in your blood.
Yeah.
And Dennis, you are only 16 years old. Tell us a bit about yourself. How passionate are you about music?
Okay, I do music to reach out other people out there, and even if I'm 16, I want to do music till I die, until I pass my message to all the people about the music and the word.
What is your message, though, about the music that you want to pass on?
In Dandora music, we do conscious music. And the conscious music has a deep message inside it, and that's the music that I'm doing right now. Like, stop poaching. That's our new music about killing elephants. We are telling poachers not to kill the elephants.
All right, awesome. And Fode, you are only 17 years old. One of the lines in the song Save Our Elephants is, when you kill our elephants, how do you feel? How do you feel when poaching occurs?
I feel so bad because elephants are so much value to me and to other people, different parts of Kenya. So when they kill the elephants, we lose more. Yeah.
It really, really is a very big and important issue. And Chris, your group has decided to sing a song about elephants. How did that idea come about?
Actually, before the idea came, you know, we have been having passion for wildlife since way back, but we were just waiting for the right time to release the song. So when we heard that the president is going to ban the ivories, then we thought, I think this is the best time to do the song. And we sat down and we collected our ideas together and we did. But I know people may wonder, why did we do a song about elephants? And we live in Dandora where you don't have forests, you don't have animals. So I can say this is passion that we had in the heart. Like you can see, I have a chain that has the big five. It's not only a song; it's part of our life. The wildlife, the elephants, we love them so much. It's part of our life, I can say.
You know, you say it's part of your life, and that really is incredible because you are boys from Dandora. Like you say, you're not always exposed to wildlife.
True.
But Francis, how did you fall in love with animals? Because there's so many other young people out there that really don't care.
First of all, what I was doing, even before we did the song, I was doing the research. And also, I was reading more about elephant, and I was reading more stories about how poachers are killing the elephants and how also the rangers are being killed because they're also like risking their lives. So I was reading more. And then I told my guys that I think it's high time we do this. We had the idea, but now that to put it down on the paper and also to record it was a bit difficult. So we had to get the funds and also like to put the idea together on the paper and then go to the studio and record this song. So I've been having a passion for elephants and lions since way back. Way back. And also I remember when I was in primary school, when each trip I was saving to pay just to go and see these animals because I had really passion. And one day I woke up and said, today I'm going to go to Masai Mara. Just to see the animals. I want to be a local tourist today.
Of course. Dennis, when you first saw animals, tell us what your experience was like. What sort of wildlife have you seen and how does it make you feel?
Okay, in this year, Dandora Music, we went on a tour. It's like a tour, let me say a tour for wildlife in Samburu. I saw elephants, how they are beautiful, and how they walk together, how the elephant baby gets milk, and that thing really motivated me in singing the song of an elephant, because an elephant also has a life. It has its own life to enjoy. But when you kill it, it feels pain in it. So like we should conserve our elephant, save our environment, and mostly save our elephants, because this thing is really increasing.
And rhinos.
And rhinos.
Of course, rhinos and all the rest, like you even said. Fodo, when you all made the music video, we saw you, of course, singing in there, being very passionate. Tell us more about the experience when it comes to making the video. How did you go about doing that? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it very much, because it was I was so happy and also joyful to do such a video, because we were expecting to do it.
Okay, and it was a good experience.
It was a good experience.
We are doing something which we want, and also to pass that message, which is important. It's not always good to wait for the government to come and do everything for us. Sometimes we need to wake ourselves up and do something by our own.
Of course.
Yes, and for us it was a big challenge, because we had to get money by ourselves, and also to do the video by our own cost. So it was not easy. It was not easy for us, and we said, even if this song, if it will touch anybody out there, it's okay.
So you think that it was worth putting in that blood, sweat and the money to produce this song? What impact do you think this song is having, Chris?
I think, the beautiful thing about music is that it can get to where you can't get, let's say, physically. For example, there might be someone in China, someone in Europe, someone in the US listening to this song and getting the message into their hearts. So I can say the impact that we thought it will create, so far, so good. Yeah, because the message is clear, and it's something that people can understand, and they can see that elephants indeed are beautiful, and we should protect them for the future tomorrow, because they are an important part in the ecosystem also.
They certainly are, to our biodiversity and to our economy. Dennis, what does this mean for you once you released the music video? How did it make you feel, and what reaction did you hear about the video?
First of all, music is an internationally spoken language. Everyone in the world can listen to your music, and every fan has his own idea about the music. Someone can judge that the song is bad, but when you know in your heart that I've produced the right music, the right message, and the video too, as you can see it is a right video, that we are saying the truth in the video and passing kind of message, the person will love the song, because like in many countries, people really want to conserve animals, and in some countries others are using it to get money, and it's not a right thing. So when I saw the video, I really felt like I'm happy.
Great.
Because the video is speaking a very, very huge message in the world.
It really is. And Fode, as a young man in this Kenyan society that's contributing to wildlife, how important do you think it is that the youth stand up and have a voice about protecting wildlife?
There are some people out there who thinks that they are too small, they can't stand out for the wildlife because nobody can hear them. But the video or this music gives them the chance to feel like they are part of us and part of wildlife. So they can stand out for wildlife.
Most definitely. And speaking about, what this song has achieved and the impact that it's had, it has gained international recognition, hasn't it, Francis?
Yes, it has. We got invited in Stockholm, Sweden to go and perform this song by a school. They saw the video on YouTube. They check us out and they say, I think it's good also when you bring this message here in Sweden, because also it's a global thing. So we need to take action. When we reached there, we were very surprised, because most of the kids there, they also understand and they know that killing of elephants is bad and that these poachers should be jailed for life. And it was so important for us, and we are happy that the song is getting more international.
So much exposure, that must mean so much to you.
It is.
Chris, are you thinking then of doing more songs about wildlife, given the impact that this song has had?
We promise to continue doing songs that will keep spreading the message of conservation and the message of beauty of wildlife.
Yes.
And Dennis, for you, what were some of the challenges putting this song together?
When we were writing, like, I really had a pain in this song, like you have seen. I wanted like to cry in delivering my message because I thought of a poacher killing an elephant, and that thing was really making me like really sad. But I'm really glad and happy that we released this song.
And I can say another challenge was getting the scenery of the videos. Like we were approaching some organization and we were telling them, can we use your space, can we use your forest? And some were like, no, you can't use our space. So we had to be creative and we had to travel to Kenya, get to show Kenyans the views of Kenya. So it was a challenge for us to travel to places we have never been to do a video, and you know, it's crazy.
But it paid off.
But it paid off, paid off.
And also, it's cash. Cash. I know you can have.
It's all about the money.
You can have the song. You can have the idea, but now next step is the studio. How will you? How are you going to fund that song?
Right.
So it was difficult, like, to put the money together, and also like to get the director. So it was difficult, but we managed, I can say.
Very
and
successful.
Also on the usual day that we were shooting the video, it rained so heavily.
Oh, really?
But our producer was so creative and we used the rain well in the video, so it was really nice.
Oh, amazing. So really something that you won't forget. And Fode, you know, there are many young people out there, like I said earlier, that perhaps don't have the same passion as you do. How do you think young people should get involved in conserving the environment?
They must first of all go to these game reserves, national parks, to see the animals and get more information about the animals. And I think there they can get that.
That exposure is very, very important, isn't it? Because that is what can connect you. But what kind of response, I asked earlier though, but in Dandora itself, because that's where you're from, and of course there's not much wildlife around Dandora. What kind of response did the people of Dandora give to this video?
I can say at first they were a bit skeptical because, you know, since we are from Dandora, people expect you to sing songs about crime, songs about drugs and all. But it was something new. But as days went by, they really felt the message in them, and they really now started knowing that actually when we were doing this song, we had something in mind. And actually the passion that we have, it has gotten into their hearts. And I can say the impact has been great also.
Dennis, what is your message to the young people out there about protecting our wildlife?
Conserve the wildlife and you save the world.
And Fode, what is your message to young people?
Young people should save the wildlife and stop poaching.
All right, because the youth are possibly involved as well in poaching.
Because of money.
Exactly, Francis, your message?
My message is like let's create awareness. Let's attend global matches. Let's come together and let's volunteer towards saving the elephants and lions and rhinos. So youths, let's come together, let's make music, and let's encourage young people like us and young kids also to come and support this organization that have come up, like WildlifeDirect and KWS, and also like let's stop poaching. That's my message.
Okay, and Chris?
For me, I can say to the youth out there, let's be fearless about conservation of wildlife, and also let's try to find information on the internet. Don't just go to Facebook and Instagram to waste your time. Just spare 5 minutes and go and Google about elephants, Google about the Kenyan climate, and you'll get information. And remember, knowledge is power.
Absolutely, and thank you all so much for contributing to NTV Wild Talk, but there is no way I can let you go without singing a little bit of Save Our Elephants live right here on the show. Go for it.
Sure, Dandora music.
Say what?
How do you feel?
How do you feel?
Oh, when you kill our elephants and kill our heritage. How do you feel?
How do you feel?
How do you feel?
How do you feel?
Mama.
I wonder how you feel when you pull
a trigger,
pointing at me,
holding blood on your fingers.
Selfish upon blows,
think you are a winner.
Your pocket full, always busy
bribing our leaders.
Shots after shots,
pose after pose.
My dead body, it was soon
trending on your wall.
Getting life on people like you
who don't have a soul,
who make you feel a hero,
but you're just a criminal.
Charity begins at home.
At home.
I don't wanna walk alone.
NTV WildlifeDirect music.
Woo!
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank
awesome.
you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much, and we wish you all the very best.
Thank
Dandora
you so much.
Music
Thank you.
performing their song Save Our Elephants, a real strong youth group speaking and standing tall for conservation. If you want to look them up, just check them out on YouTube. Save Our Elephants by Dandora Music. And also, they don't just sing about conservation, but so many other issues as well. All right, next up, I am about to now meet a young individual. She is a girl called TIASSA MUTUNKEI, and she herself has done a lot for wildlife. In just a moment. So here I am now in Karura Forest with TIASSA, and not just because this is really an incredible place, but also TIASSA, it is a place that you love to come to. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Now you are just 15 years old, but you have done so much for wildlife and conservation. I'm curious to know, how did your love for wildlife begin?
Since I was a little girl, I had various pets, from birds to cats to, can say, chameleons and everything. And I was just, many people thought it was weird, but I was like, I love them and it's just me, so let me be me and you do you.
Right.
And I love animals.
Okay, well, you have taken that love and you really are doing something with it now. You have, joined or started rather wildlife clubs. You've participated in something like the Global March for elephants and rhinos. Tell us a little bit more about what you've done.
First off, I started with the wildlife club, and I decided, let me go to a person who I think is interested, as a teacher who's interested in wildlife, and I said, would you be my patron? And we started up the wildlife club, and we thought of various things to create awareness, things to do, and we said, let's do a bake sale. So we started a bake sale in school, and we raised 63,000 in 20 minutes.
Wow, and that is through baking cakes and selling them?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yes.
What did you use that money for?
We went to David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, and we were able to adopt 6 elephants.
Wow.
And I decided also I'd want to get the people behind the scenes who take up and take care of the elephants. And I said, the keepers, who are the unsung heroes, as I call them, who are just amazing. And I said, let's do something for them. So we also raised money. We want to give them vouchers to protect for their families and everybody. Yeah.
Oh wow, that is really something so humbling. So from a bake sale to starting a wildlife club, what else have you done?
I've had meetings with the WWF director in Kenya, who is absolutely amazing. Working with WildlifeDirect, actually during the August holidays, I spent 2 weeks there for work experience, and it was amazing.
Right.
And as well as the Watoto Perini, where we took children from rural areas and schools, and we went to Samburu, where we had an amazing time seeing the animals and everything, the elephants especially,
And that must have been really incredible for those kids who have never actually seen elephants and perhaps other wildlife as well. What sort of feeling do you get when you participate in such activities? What does it do for you inside?
It's just having to know that there are actually young people out there like me who are willing to stand for these amazing animals, and it's just feeling like a part of being with those people, and just there's so much joy in me, and I really just love being with those people.
You know, there are so many other young people around whose interests are very different, and that's okay, but yours is, a very specific interest, protecting wildlife. Why do you think it's important that you do this as a young girl?
I feel like as a young generation, we need to be the voice for these animals. We need to be the generation that will stop this trade. And we need to be the generation to stop this poaching, to win the battle, because we do not want to be, I do not want to be telling my children I'm the generation, the person that led this decline to extinction. And I just want to be the voice for these animals, because if nobody will, somebody has to stand up for them, and that's going to be us.
Of course. And you know, there is even more that you've done. You attended the burning of ivory at the Kenya Wildlife Service headquarters at the National Park. But what do your peers make of you? Because whilst you attended, say, the burning, they may have been out, you know, having a good time or going swimming or whatever it is that they do. What kind of reaction do you get?
I must say, actually, during the ivory burn, my friend had a party at Kempinski.
Okay.
And it was challenging at first, but it's like there's so many other birthdays to go for. And they are like all the time, elephants, animals, TIASSA, really? But I'm like, yeah, because I have to be there for them. Yeah, so there's some challenges, but I'm able to withstand them.
Okay, awesome. Well, you know, we will talk about the challenges, some of these successes, and also your biggest achievements in just a moment. But do stay with us. We are taking a quick break right here on NTV Wild Talk. Remember, our conversation is about the youth and their role in conservation. Our wild guess is not coming up just yet. We've moved it, remember, to the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned. Welcome back to NTV Wild Talk with me, Smriti Vidyarthi. We are still at the Karura Forest. I am with 15-year-old TIASSA MUTUNKEI, a real young wildlife warrior. So TIASSA, before we took the break, we were talking about some of the challenges that you face being a young person trying to do something for conservation. Tell us a little bit more about the hurdles that you face.
Some of the hurdles, okay. Being a girl, first off, is because you'd get like, oh, what can you do? You're a girl, and you can't stand up for things because you need a male figure to come and stand up for you, as well as getting to places, you can say, and the financial bit. Because if I'd want to raise money, they'd be like, oh, you already asked for it, and things like those. So, and as well as balancing with books and things like that.
Right, because you are still in school.
Yes.
So how do you manage your time?
I must say it's more of working, just trying to see what I need to work on. And if I see that I'm struggling in school, I'd be like, okay, I need a break, focus on school, and then when I'm back on my feet, I go back to what I love.
All right, so you make it work somehow.
Yes.
And what about some of the biggest successes and your achievements? Because you are young and you have done quite a lot, not just on the ground with the elephants, but at slightly higher places too.
Yes. First off, I'm so grateful to say that I attended the first debate on rhinos and elephants that took place at Book House, as well as middle school model United Nations, where I worked in the ecology committee, where we focused on various wildlife problems. Like one of the things was poaching. We had oil spillages in the rivers and things like those. And that is, I like that because we were looking at the actual things that are happening and trying to figure out how to solve them. I also started the Wildlife Club, and not only in school, my cousin, my 10-year-old cousin, just started loving wildlife as much as I did. And we got to introduce, I got to introduce her with what I've done already, and we started a wildlife club known as the Wildlife Savers. And these are a bunch of 10-year-old children who are so passionate. And they're like, how can this happen? And I'm here and I have to stop it. And so that really makes me say I have to do more about this.
Well, what is it, or who is it rather, that inspires you? Because you are young. Who is your role model? Who do you look up to?
I must say Wangari Maathai, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. And she was just an amazing woman who stood for what she believed in. Alongside, I also I'm so inspired by Helen Gashoki, who is also a lady, first off, and standing up for what she believes in as well as Paula Kahumbu, who I love very much. And she just says, this is how it's going to be because this is how it's supposed to be. And I don't know what you think about it, but it's wrong. So we have to solve this problem.
And that is what you're trying to do. But tell me, what role does your mum play in this? Because she is part of the backbone, isn't she? You're a young girl and you need some sort of guidance. What role does she play?
My mom is everything to me. And I just thank God that she saw what I believed in, what I loved, and she helped me grow it, helped me have a platform. And what I love most is that she's able to pick things that you could do this, you could do that. And every Tuesday and Saturday we're on watching the show, and she's like,
that's NTV Wild Talk.
NTV Wild Talk. She's like, get your notebook, and we're always sitting down ready to get the answers. And that's one of the biggest things. And just being by my side through all this, which is I take very personally, and I just thank her that so much.
How important do you think it is that parents do encourage their children to get involved in such activities?
I must say, because knowing that they have your back and whatsoever is just the greatest feeling, because you know that even though I go wrong, she'll still be there. Dad would still be there, mom would still be there. And I just,
so that parental support really, really is quite critical. All right, and TIASSA, tell me, what is your message to other young people out there who perhaps are not doing much, but you want to encourage them to get involved?
I just want to say that we can do it. We must win this battle, and we will win this battle if we all just come together, because, as I said, we cannot be the generation that allowed all our animals to be extinct.
Carry on.
One thing I take is, that has always at the back of my mind, is that if all insects were to be extinct, humans would not be able to survive. But if all humankind were to be extinct, the animals would survive, which I just take very personally.
That is very, very true. What are your hopes and dreams for the future?
That we are able to have these beautiful places where people can come and it's our heritage. The wildlife is our heritage. And my future and my hopes and future dreams for this is that we continue and more people come and support this causes for the animals and help stand and hold hands and say, yes, we can, yes, we will, and yes, we must.
TIASSA, thank you very much for sharing your insight on the show, and we certainly hope that more and more young people like you get involved. Keep the fire burning. With me, TIASSA MUTUNKEI, 15-year-old, getting involved in conservation. Now we shift focus to the global march for elephants, rhinos and lions. I attended that a few weeks ago, and this is what it was like.
Hands up! Our elephant! Hands up! Our elephant!
Peter, you are the organizer of this global march for elephants, rhinos and lions. There is so much activity happening behind us. Everyone is getting ready, raring to go for this march. But tell us a little bit more about what this march is really all about.
So basically what we're trying to achieve is two main things. One is youth involvement. We really want to see the youth participating in a big way, being proactive, positive, showing the world that youth aren't just there to do small things. Youth can actually do big things. They can play a big role in wildlife conservation. So this is actually a step forward to what we're trying to achieve, is bring an official youth platform for wildlife in Kenya. Number two is CITES. So obviously there's a CITES convention in September 24th, and we're celebrating Kenya's successes. Yes, there are a few things we're disappointed in, but there are many things that Kenya actually succeeded in, and I want to show the world we're happy about it.
Why are the youth so important in being sort of ambassadors for wildlife?
First of all, we are not just the future, we're the present. We play an important role in numbers. We are majority of the population in the world, and we don't just have physical abilities, we have the mental abilities, we have the creativity, the innovation. We have the way of looking at new things, the way people look at old ways. So bringing new solutions, helping implement that, and having just some type of energy that is missing in our world.
So what happens on this march? Everyone is mobilized, clearly everyone is getting ready to go, but what does this march really signify?
This march signifies that the government, KWS and the youth can work together in an efficient, proactive way. It symbolizes people are ready and willing to come up in large numbers for free to do something in a positive way.
What is the message though about the elephants, lions and the rhinos and all our wildlife?
The message is, I stand for wildlife, will you? And if you don't, we will, and the youth are ready to do it.
All right, and how long have you been organizing this for? Because it doesn't only happen here in Kenya, it actually happens around the world, doesn't it?
It happens in over 120 countries. This is the third year organizing, but this year we're the main leaders.
All right, Peter, thank you so much. Congratulations, and we wish you all the best. There are, of course, so many young people here, as you can see behind us. I'm going to find a few of them and find out really why they're here and what this means to them. Hi, give me your name. You work for WildlifeDirect. You're a volunteer.
Yes, I'm a volunteer. My name is David MUKABANE.
David, tell us, how is WildlifeDirect involved in organizing this global march?
WildlifeDirect is a key partner which has been organizing the global march since 2013 when we had the first global march. And WildlifeDirect has also been empowering the youth when it comes to sensitization on wildlife matters. It has also been playing a very key role in fighting for wildlife in the cases that relate to wildlife justice.
There are so many young people here. Of course, this march has so much to do with the youth. How did WildlifeDirect reach out to the youth and get them on board? Because sometimes it's not always easy.
WildlifeDirect has also been maintaining relationships with universities and colleges, sensitizing them through the Hands Off Our Elephants campaign. It has also had a Wildlife Warriors campaign which recruits youths from various universities. I also was a member from Strathmore University, and I've been recruiting very many other youths for the passion of conservation.
All right, David, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
That is David, another young man that's involved in the organization and participation of this global march. Now I'm going to find a woman, because there are so many young women around here, to tell us more about why they're here. So I have found KRUPA, and she is participating in this walk for the very first time. Great to have you with us, KRUPA. The walk is about to start. Why are you here? This is your first time.
I'm here because I know this is where my voice can be heard. The youth doesn't really have a lot of opportunity to say what they speak without it being ignored, and I think this is a perfect opportunity to say what I want and for it to be taken positively and seriously.
And what is it that you want to say? What is your message today?
My message today is that we need to stand up for the wildlife, and the youth is actually standing up already, and it's time for everyone to pull up their socks and do what we're doing. Yeah.
What does the wildlife of Kenya and around the world mean to you as a young woman?
It means a lot to us. We don't understand this now, but in the future we'll know that our wildlife actually makes a difference economically, politically, and we need to stand up for it. We need to preserve the wildlife now, because in the future, I think that's all we'll have, and we need to protect it from now.
All right, KRUPA, thanks very much for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Great to see you here. What is the significance of this march to you, your ministry, and the country?
We're drawing attention to the world that we could be presiding over the extinction of our iconic species, especially the rhino and the elephant. It's great that this march is actually organized by the youth and dominated by the youth, because it's about their future. It is their inheritance to actually take care of our wildlife. So it's great that the youth are taking over from us. As you can see, they've come in droves, and this is for them, and this is for all of us.
There are so many young people here. What impression do you get when you see the young blood right here fighting and willing to march on for our wildlife?
I feel optimistic, because now the youth are taking over from us. So I'm very optimistic that our wildlife will be safe, especially the elephants, the rhinos, and the lions. They will be safe in the youth's hands.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rhinos and elephants! Rhinos and elephants! Rhinos and elephants! Keep away nonsense! Who we are! What we're fighting for! Akianobu! Akianobu!
So in the middle of the walk, I have actually just met Lucy. She is from China House, an organization based here in Kenya that supports wildlife. Lucy, so good to have you and your team here. Why are you participating in this walk today?
Well, as you can see, like, we're the only Chinese here. So we think, yeah, like the Chinese younger generations, they're very different. We love wildlife and we want to show this image to the world. Like, we love wildlife and we want to be a part of this.
Of course, because a lot of people view the Chinese as people who are interested more in the ivory rather than living elephants. So you're trying to change that. Why is it so important that the young Chinese of today contribute to something like this?
Well, I think there are different reasons. First, I need to admit, like, Chinese is the biggest ivory market right now. But I feel like Chinese younger generation, because we're doing a campaign of wildlife conservation, trying to impact Chinese in Africa. So I think really young generations, we do hikings a lot, and we do deer and different activities, so that they really get to know about wildlife, and they know that, oh, ivories really hurt elephants. So I think it's important to show this, and that even our parents can be influenced, maybe in China or here.
Super. Well, it's so good to have all of you here. The crowd has actually carried on. We don't want to delay you, so keep it up. Good to have you. Okay, see you. Bye-bye. So the energy in this global march for elephants, rhinos and lions is electric. There are so many young people here. As you can see, the walk is going from the museum all the way to the Kenya Wildlife Service. The youth are energized, shouting and fighting for our wildlife. So far, this is a success, and it is just a greater step towards protecting our wildlife. Now on the show, it's time for our wild guess question. How many times has Kenya been part of the global march, and how many countries participate? How many times has Kenya been part of the global march, and how many countries participate? To answer, just like the NTV Wild Facebook page, the first person to answer correctly wins 2 nights for 2 at the wonderful Base Camp Explorer in the Masai Mara Game Reserve, and will have the opportunity to stay in the Obama tent, the same tent that President Obama stayed in when he visited the Mara as senator. The winner also gets free entry for 4 people and a vehicle to any national park of their choice, courtesy of the Kenya Wildlife Service. And the 1 bottle of wine, courtesy of Wines of the World, and the gift hamper, courtesy of WildlifeDirect, is still up for grabs too. Terms and conditions apply. Last week's lucky winner was Lucy Ndegwa. Now here are some of the photos that you sent in on our Wild Pick segment. This is a snap of Derek Nabala in Norway. He was doing tourism marketing and promoting the Masai Mara and Kenya in general in Norway. He is a guide at the Mara Naboisho Conservancy. And then in Mombasa's Hala Park, this is Elvis Maren. He was feeding a giraffe, and Elvis says that he was there for a school trip. Betty Ngima was in Garindare Blue Pools. She was on an adventure trail, and Betty says that she loves travelling and discovering new sights of magical Kenya. In Homa Bay, this is Andrew Otieno. Andrew was enjoying the Kandienge hot spring stream and says that the natural ground source is amazing and not well known. One can even boil an egg there because the stream is so hot. And at Karura Forest, this is Isaac Muendo. He was on a leisure walk in the wild and says that he wanted to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city, and Karura Forest smells so fresh. If you want your photos showcased on our Wild Pick segment, all you need to do is like our NTV Wild Facebook page, send a photo that shows you celebrating nature via private message. Give us your full name, tell us where the photo was taken, what you were doing and why. And now, here's what's coming up on the NTV Wild documentary series on Saturday night.
The Mara Triangle Rangers work hand in hand with their Tanzanian counterparts on their shared mission to protect their wildlife. A timely, tranquilizing dart brings it down just before it reaches the deep water, much to the consternation of the other hippos. Dr. Kashmiri, an experienced wildlife vet, first removes the spear. The rangers were still struggling to contain mass poaching in the triangle. This poaching gang had butchered 6 zebra and 7 wildebeest in one night. Sometimes poachers will go to any length to evade capture. The rangers thought that this poacher's accomplice was hiding in this warthog hole. No matter how far the poacher goes, the dogs will follow. There is no way the dogs will lose the scent. There will be no escape for the man ahead.
So, as you've seen, the younger generation is at the forefront of conservation, but the more young people involved, the better. So, as a youth watching this show, what are you doing to play your role? And as a parent or a guardian, what are you doing to encourage the youth to come forward and protect our flora and fauna? Well, that's it on NTV Wild Talk with me, Smriti Vidyarthi. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again next Tuesday, 10 p.m.
Yes. And then you just pull this.
Ruby.
Now,
that's our ultimate.
I'll
Sons of birds.
It yeah, sure.
NTV Wild.
Oh, that motorbike.
Akia Simba! Akia Simba!
NTV Wild.
NTV Wild Talk in partnership with the Kenya Wildlife Service and WildlifeDirect.